Then we'll want to continue on here. Just put that corner right back in your track. Continue sewing. Again, when you come to your corner, do your diagonal cut again on that little point there. Just snip up to the cording, but not through the cording. Turn it and sew off. And then what you want to do to end this, when I started, I gave myself, I gave myself about a couple inches here, and I pulled back on the material and left part of this empty. So actually my cording isn't starting till like about maybe 1.5 inches away. So that's just kind of floppy there. And then we're going to bring this down. We're going to line this up and we're going to mark to where that is going to meet. And I want that cut, I want that part of the cording cut out of there, so I'm going to push this back. I'm going to release it maybe just 1/4 inch so I can push this back. Let me try that again. Okay, that should be just about right. It's right where it's going to meet. So I'm going to cut that cording out. And then pull that back down. Okay, so those two edges are going to meet there. So then I'm going to go ahead and finish this side. Again, I'm going to line that up under the presser foot or the cording foot. Now when I come to where those 2 points are going to meet, just going to make sure that I have that lined up right. And your knife is going to trim the rest of that off. Just line it up, butt those two edges together. And you have just a really nice little splice there. Okay. I just wanted to show you. You can't even hardly see it, just that little tiny splice. Okay, then we have the cording hooked to the top of our pillow cover very quickly. We're going to go ahead and start our ruffle. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attach our gathering attachment. And this is the gathering attachment, and it has a little hook here that just goes on the screw. You do have to turn this lever back to hook it on. Put it in the screw and tighten that up. Now I have put the cutter down to sew this. It's a little easier when you're learning how to do this, just in case you might make a mistake that you haven't cut your material off. So then this lever just turns around like this and it goes underneath the presser foot. Now I have my machine, my Janome CompuLock, set up for overlock 4 stitch. The only adjustments I made was I made the stitch length to 2.0 and I set the differential feed to 2.2. And now we're ready to get sewing here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my material and fold it down and fold it down again. And that goes underneath this little lever up to the needles. As you can see, the material is, the good side is facing down. That's also the way that we want our pillow back. And you don't want to start in the corner, start down a ways from that corner. Now the pillow top goes under the presser foot, and then put your presser foot down. Now what I do is I hold my material for the top, or the back of the pillow. I hold that in my left hand, and I hold the ruffle in my right hand, sort of like this. I kind of guide that, hold this and guide this. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start. I do have this camera sitting right in front of me, so I'm hoping I'll be able to sew this and show you. Just go slow, there's no rush. Now when you're coming up to the corner, you need to sew right to this bottom edge of your pillow back. You want that to be right under, directly under the needles. Okay, and then you want your needles to be up out of the material in the high position. And then you're not going to touch the ruffle, but you're just going to turn the pillow top. And that turns right back under the presser foot. Straighten things back out. Put your presser foot back down. And you're ready to go again. Gather up your material to hold on, and hold on to the bottom. And you've just made that corner. And as you can see how nice that ruffles. Can you see that? Okay, now I'm going to finish sewing this around, and then I'll show you how to finish up the end. I'm coming to my last corner here, and I'll show you one more time how to turn that corner. Almost there. Again, you want your needles to be right at the edge of that material. Okay, make sure the needles are in the up position. Just raise the presser foot. Turn your material. Straighten things out. I do give that just a tiny bit tug to make sure I'm right at that corner. Okay, we're going to finish this up here. Now, we're almost right where we finished off here. I'm going to go ahead and trim my material. And make sure you leave yourself a little bit that you can turn under to make a nice edge. So I'm going to turn this under. Once and again. And now I'll finish sewing that off. now that's all finished. You have got to see these nice corners. It makes such a nice corner. You'd never know how easy that was to do and to make this ruffle and attach it. Okay, we have one more step to put this together and we'll get this all finished up. Now we're ready to attach the top and the back together. And I have the back panel with the cording on it on top because I have put the cording foot back on the machine, and we're going to ride that again through that channel to attach this. I'm still using my overlock 4 stitch, but I did go ahead and change my settings back to the regular settings, which is a 3.0 on the stitch length and a 1.0 on the differential feed. Now what I usually do is I take this and I measure to make sure that nothing's stretched. If these are still exactly the same length, then I go ahead and I use my regular stitch length of 1.0 on the differential feed. Sometimes you might have a piece that's stretched in the side with the ruffle will be a little bit longer. If that happens, that's not a problem. Just go ahead and turn your differential feed. I usually turn it as far as it'll go to 2.2, and then when that rides through that channel, it'll just even that right out. When you see that you're back to even, then just go ahead, turn it back to your regular stitching. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you, and let's go ahead and show you how this is done. Make sure that you have all of your fabric and your ruffle tucked in good inside so you're not catching that. Straighten everything out. And we're going to line this up again in this channel. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Whoops, I don't have it quite in my channel there. Oh, all right. Okay, and my ends are meeting up together, so I'll just leave my differential feed set at the regular stitch. And what you do is you just stop and do each side separately. Just keep fixing it as you go. And it's real easy because, again, it's just riding right through that channel. Just go ahead and sew off. And we have one channel left, but I'll give you a little peek here. Look how nice that's coming together. Look at that corner. Okay, I'll finish up this channel. And we'll be right back with the pillow in it, and you'll get to see the finished project. Here it is. I hope you like it. Again, the directions are available on my blog, and I would so appreciate it if you would subscribe and follow along with my daily sewing. And be sure and leave me a message. I would love to chat with you. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.